excited about this episode because this episode, not like others, I have family, right? Well, actually, I do be having family. But yeah, I got family again. So I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm excited. Welcome in. This is my first time I got out of town guests too, so I feel real good. I'm like, they both from out of town. So I'm like, oh, we big. So welcome.
Man, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
That
So
goes
much.
double for me.
I love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce y'all. Then y'all are just so broad, I'm going to need y'all to help me introduce you. So right here, we have Mr. Najee, who is the CEO of Street Corner Fashions. If you haven't known about Street Corner Fashions, you need to get to know about it. It is a brand that he started, about 2.5 years ago. Yeah. So he is the CEO, the designer for that, and all of that. He can tell us a little bit more. We're gonna jump to Miss Jamie Dafoxx. Yeah, I mean with the hat. I don't know how good y'all can see, but Jamie is matching the Playhouse right now.
Hey.
Like matching hard with the black and red. Like I'm here for it. Sis said I'm ready. Hey. So yes, welcome Jamie.
Y'all, listen, I'm happy to be here, y'all. You know this. First off, Ruth, thank you for having us. You know how we feel about you. First off, y'all don't know, okay? She is an A&R for Street Corner Fashions, brand ambassador, a model, and just an all-around great person. We are blessed to be here.
Well, we introducing you. You introducing me. I love it. See why I said they family? It's the family for me. I love y'all.
Hey, we love you.
Thank you. So yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I kind of gave a little brief introduction of both, but you can go ahead.
Ladies before Jim.
Well, me personally, I'm Jamie Dafoxx, y'all.
Okay.
I CEO of Foxy Ladies Entertainment, of Supreme Divinity Brand, the Fox Media. When it comes to Najee, I'm COO of Street Corner Fashion. So that means I do the administrative stuff, dealing with the models, organization, all of the behind the scene things that, or sometimes I gotta come into the forefront. But for the most part, yes. And for On Top of the World INC, I'm also now that is a corporation, right? And we are an investment management and consulting firm.
All right. Okay. A little bit of everything. Can I just do a disclaimer that I had to literally cut her bio a little bit? Her bio was so, 3 pages. I was like, Jamie, I cannot post this to IG. They're not going to let me. I got a word count.
Girl, go ahead.
She's like, go ahead, chop it a little bit. I had to chop. She does so much, and I love you so much for that, sis. Like, when I tell you her bio was literally 3 pages long, like, she don't play.
Thank you so much.
So, definitely. You the ish.
And honestly, I feel like that about you, Queen. You are a serial entrepreneur, and I feel like, for women, it's really important for us to be leaders.
Right,
also want to shout out Yada Bear real fast.
What's up, Yada Bear?
Yes, y'all. I'm his manager. I am also, CEO of DFMGT.
Okay.
And even
what
with
that stand for?
The Fox Management.
Okay.
Yes, y'all.
Okay, you gonna talk your shit.
Yes. And when I manage, I usually do business management work, but I also will do other forms of management. It depends on the individual. But even with Najee, when you're doing a newer company, and it's something we can speak about, when you're doing a newer company, you really got to have people that believe in you around you, because it takes resources, time, sweat, blood, and tears before you even get to the point that the money start coming in. So some people, they join newer things and they think, that money going to be right
a millionaire
there.
Overnight. You not.
It takes time and effort. It does.
For sure. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. All right. What about you? Who you over there? Yeah, me, Mr. Cool.
Hey, y'all. I'm Najee, and I guess you could say I'm the brain thrust of Street Corner as far as the designs and colors and details. That's really my lane. And it started very meagerly. I told you off camera, it morphed into what it is today, but this was not intended. Okay. And I met Jamie during a tough time in my life. I lost my grandmother, and I was real beat up. So Street Corner was existing, but that's what it was. It was just existing. So she kind of brought, I guess you could say, an extra gear, because my grandmother had kind of blessed her as far as her being the COO, and she knew that was a good fit. She did her due diligence. So just like you were saying about the disclaimer stuff, she was like, no, you got to get this girl. because originally Jamie came on as an ambassador like yourself.
I never knew that.
Yes.
Yep, and that was my only
Right.
intentions for me just believing in the brand, and I'm
I
like,
love it.
I like your clothes. The thing that stood out to me the most was that most brands don't have their merchandise. So the fact that he had equity, I was impressed by that, being someone that see a lot of brands.
Right.
Or even, y'all, I ordered this shirt, I won't expose these people. Let's say I ordered a shirt from someone on his birthday, and I didn't get it till 2 months later. That's another reason I support Street Corner, because people don't be serious about their stuff, or they will mislead you.
Sure.
A lot of people have brands where they want you to pay for the stuff first, and then they are sending you the stuff based off of your payment. I personally don't like to do business like that, and that's what drew me to him. The fact that he doesn't do that to people.
I met her on my birthday. I mean, we had known each other,
Okay.
but in the flesh, I met her on my birthday, and it ended up turning into our very first viral hit too.
Oh,
And-
that's what's up. Come through viral.
Yes, and no matter what we do, maybe for sentimental reasons, that will always be my favorite thing.
Right.
And I got to shout out Master Jones. He's
Okay. What's up,
Master
Master
is
Jones?
awesome.
Yes,
Okay.
he is 20 years old, a Temple University student.
Right.
He is a wizard with the camera.
Right. That's the photographer, right?
Yes.
That's-
Yes,
yeah,
and
he
his
got some
mother,
dope shots,
y'all,
For sure.
Queen Wonder Butter.
What's up, Wonder Butter?
Yes, y'all.
Lisa.
Queen
Love
Wonder
it.
Butter, y'all. We love her. We stand
Yeah.
Queen Wonder Butter,
I'm surprised you
okay?
don't got the butter. Where the butter? It was
And
supposed
I
to be sitting
actually
here.
do got some.
He left.
And guess what I did?
You done
Wonder
left it
Butter
out
don't
there. You
fight
know
me
what?
'cause it's
Wonder
in the
Butter-
room.
He left
You can cuss her out later, all right?
Yes, but guess what? I'm
She
gonna still
ran
be out here, so
everywhere.
I'm gonna make sure that Rue and you queen over there,
Aw.
this beautiful queen, y'all.
Bianca.
Listen, her name is Bianca, and y'all will hear more from her as well, cause y'all know I like the interview, so I'm trying to get her.
For
Rue to
sure.
come
Oh,
out
we
to
gonna get
Philly.
you on the studio. I'm just saying.
Yes,
But she can come to Philly too.
I will.
I'm saying.
I
We can do
will.
a little collab. You feel me?
I would love that.
Love it.
It's awesome in here. It's beautiful, y'all. If y'all have not been here, this is a spot that y'all need to come
That
through
part.
to and catch a vibe. Yes.
You know, since Jamie's came aboard, one of the things that kind of been reoccurring is that my distributor, Jamie, you,
Okay.
myself, things have happened to us, and we still push on.
That part.
My distributor, good brother named Muhammad, in Pakistan. You know, his mother, she almost died,
Aw.
and I had a big order, and we were doing something,
Right.
and he could have just said that and I'd have understood.
Right.
He said he was texting people from, he was texting his warehouse from the
From the
hospital.
hospital. Sheesh.
So I'm saying this to say that, you know, you are who you are in this world. Now, he saw something in me like she did, like you did.
Right.
You know, we all have a light. Now, how bright your light is really depends on you, the person.
For you.
And what
And
you do with
if
it.
you lead with love and kindness, it goes a long way.
For sure.
It does. Now, in today's society, even some of the youngsters would say, oh, that's so corny, that don't get you nowhere. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And you know, I just want to say this too, because you know, me and Najee, sometimes we have only a difference in opinion in some ways, because you know, we think differently.
Right.
He's a man, I'm a woman. And I would just say, as well as it's people that look at the old ways or respect and stuff as it's something frowned upon, all the young people I'm around and raised, including my daughter behind
Shout
me,
out to
y'all,
daughter in the
they
audience.
they actually are open. Young people that are taught to be open to learn and that we're never done learning,
Right.
actually be open to what older people have to offer, like myself or people that's older than me, my elders, because you cannot, it doesn't matter if it's a business, a personal journey. You need other people. And I tell people, stop saying you don't need no
Always,
one.
I don't need
and
nobody.
all
I
that.
need people. Like
Yes.
when I tell y'all, when y'all came into my life, like literally, I've only known it for about a month and a half or so. And like when they came, I was like, yo, I prayed for a brand to just pick me up. And I've had other brands and other things like that, but either they wanted me, like you said, to pay up front. Oh, give us $1,000 and we'll send you clothes to wear. Like, make it make sense. You want me to rock your stuff. Why would I?
Yeah, I don't
I kept
agree
running
with
into that. Then I would run into clothes that would literally literally the letters and shit would be falling off. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. It's be Tru With Ru. The letters are falling off. I'm like, y'all want me to rock this? Like,
and the letters are on the floor.
I don't feel the letters on the floor. I'm like, it's supposed to say. So for me, I'm like, if I'm gonna represent something, I want it to be a reflection of me as well.
And let it be something you like. That is so important, y'all.
Exactly. So shot real quick.
I go the extra mile as far as textures,
right,
and the quality.
I was about to say quality.
The quality of the clothes is supposed to be able to stand a washing machine or a dry cleaners. That's just that is just a philosophy. So if you have to pay more for the product to be more, you know, that's what I do. And you know, my dad used to say, "Don't cheat what you wear, and don't cheat what you eat."
I knew you about to say eat. Yep.
Yep. You will be sick and
That's
take
right,
you out of here.
Very
It will.
So the quality of Street Corner is like crazy, like for real, for real. So like I love it. Like whenever I put it on, I think I call.
First started, you know, even now I make so many mistakes with the women, the female anatomy, you know, because you know guys are straight up and down,
Right.
so you can design for them pretty easily. You can't do that with women. So you know, I made a lot of mistakes, and they got mad because I was at that time catering to the smaller woman. And they was like, "Man,
we got hips over here.
You better get things right, man. What's wrong
Right.
with you?" You know, so now I'm proud to say that, you know, we have bigger sizes for,
I love it.
you know.
And what's the largest size you have? I didn't mean to cut you off.
7X.
Okay, damn, 7X.
Honestly, he could make bigger than that. And I'm going to tell, you know, right while we online now, that everything is like, say if someone wears a 7X, then that's really like a 5X.
Okay.
If the clothes is a 1X, then it's really a large. So make sure that if y'all do get the clothes offline, that y'all sizing yourselves correctly. And we are working on a new site and stuff like that to be, you know, detailed and stuff. And, you know, for people to know exactly how to size them stuff in his merch. Because we have, like, overseas distributors. The C's are, I mean, I said the C's, excuse me. The sizes, y'all, are literally sized to overseas.
Well, the body mass for people in the Middle Eastern countries are smaller. They're just smaller human beings.
Yes.
So the sizes are smaller. So, like she said, if you're a natural medium in street corner, you could wear 1X.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good to
so
know.
girls, don't be alarmed if you wear a 1X and we send you a 3. We are not saying that you wear a 3.
Like, wait, I undid my back. What you doing over here?
They sending me this.
That's funny. Thank you. Yeah, we definitely need to know that. And what's the website? We want to say it a couple times tonight, but what's the
What
website?
I would say, we want to focus more on now promoting the social media
That
of the
works,
stuff
either
until
or.
the new. So I would say follow Najee. Tell them your Instagram,
What's your
Najee.
IG? And I'm gonna put it in the chat as well.
It's Najee 2588.
Yeah.
Okay. Spell that,
And-
Najee.
NAJEE
Okay.
2588. And the site is up. We had a little glitch,
Yes.
and I haven't really been updating like I should have been, but it is up where you can Google it right now.
Okay.
And
Yes.
that's www.streetcornerfashions with 2 S's.
2S.
.com.
Yes.
And
But stay tuned for the upgrade, because you know I told him it's all about elevation.
For sure.
And for me, presentation is so big and it's what takes us far.
Right.
I tell people that all the time.
Always.
So that's a little key right there for anyone listening. Like, don't be so quick to even put stuff out or say if it's even out. And you see, now in his case, we're going to talk about it a little bit because this can help someone. Be careful about who you hire to do stuff like your websites and stuff. Because literally when he cut off the person that he was working with for that, they went into the coding and messed it up where all of the pictures, whether they're professional or not, come up distorted. So I said all that to say, yes, oh, definitely on purpose.
there was a COO before Jamie, and we had a difference of opinion, if you will, and I was doing some nice things for her, and when I decided I was going to stop doing that, you know, that woman scorn thing came into play, and all that came out, and it ended up being what it was. But it didn't stop anything.
Right.
Yeah, it won't
But
stop
everything happened for a
anything.
reason. Because, I mean, I'm just saying, Jamie is the shit.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
That's you.
I'm just saying, everything happens for a reason. So God definitely elevated it.
Well, you know, my grandmother was 96 when she first heard of Jamie,
Okay.
and so to live that long, you know,
Right.
and be Muslim, and
And I love that they got to meet before she passed too. Yeah.
she just, you know, she knew she was the one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she knew she wasn't going to be here long enough to see it be what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So she just wanted,
No.
she just wanted her grandson to be good.
Crazy,
Right.
y'all.
You know?
I do want to say that was a crazy experience watching him go through that.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I got to witness is resilience. Like when you
Mhm.
see it always, and it's not just for him, all the people that we think will be there in our darkest moments,
Right.
it usually is the opposite. And that's what grounds us, though. That's what keep us going when you be like, dang, none of the people was there that I thought, but I'm still okay.
Mm.
Even if it's one person
Pretty
or
much.
two, still gonna be all
Well,
right.
at that time, you know, for me, I kind of shut down.
Mhm.
So the only person that I really was accepting calls was from her.
Wow.
I'm a stalker, y'all.
And
She said you gonna answer my calls.
I will call you.
I mean,
I will call.
I would be laying on the bed, and I just,
Right.
you know, her name would pop up.
Mhm.
I'd be like, oh man.
And I was grinding him up to around the
bet.
time. Even though he was sad,
Yeah.
y'all, I was, you need this?
God
And
gonna
we
send
gotta
you
do
what you
this?
need.
Now let's go here.
God definitely gonna send you what you need.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and I get I have these visions,
Mhm.
and yeah, my head is always in the clouds,
Right.
and it's always about creating
Right.
clothes. It's just creating something, you know what I mean? So, you know, with her, actually, with her daughter, with her sons,
Right.
you know,
Shout out to Sun Sons.
you know, because they're younger,
Yeah.
you know, and they're also handsome. You know, she has a handsome
They
bunch
are
of
right
children.
handsome, right?
So, you know, it makes me want to just kind of tap into what would make them look good in something that
Right.
I made,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And now, you know, I'm nervous because of these dresses that are coming out. I've never made a dress in my life.
Oh, we gotta
I
have
can't
Rue
wait for
one
the
of those
dresses. I can't
maxi
wait.
dresses.
I know, I told him, I
okay?
said, my next
The
movie
curves is
premiere.
curving.
Baby.
Yeah, so I'm excited, but I'm
I love
nervous
it.
too. So, you know, because when people trust you with their brand,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you don't want to mess it up.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
now I think Miss Lisa was happy with what we did with Wonder Butter
Mhm.
and those jackets. So, you know, we look to collaborate with anybody that we feel is going places and will do something in a positive light. Then, you know,
Or just be serious. You know, for me, when I pick people now,
Mhm.
to even bring to the table sometimes for him, because mind you, he picks his own people, and then there's a set of people that I'm going to pick based off of their actions.
Mhm.
I don't go off of looks at anything. I'm looking at consistency. You are, if I'm going to be honest, one of the first people that we gave stuff to that we did not have to say do anything.
Damn. You mean me?
yeah, you,
Oh, shit.
yeah, you.
Why, thank
Literally,
Well,
like
too,
you just,
well, the
you
dynamics-
just will wear it, take
Right.
a picture. I'll be
The
like,
dynamics of this,
That's funny.
first of all,
yes.
although I reached out to you,
Mm-hmm.
that's something I don't do.
Mm-hmm.
That's something she does.
Right.
I mean, and it's a reason for that. But, you know, the energy I saw in you, the fact that you was Muslim, so I'm a little biased.
Right.
You know, all of that kind of played a part,
Mhm.
and I trusted my instincts, and you are who I thought you would be. You know?
Me too. You know, I'm a little scared. I'm not scary, but I tread lightly with women.
Okay.
And let's just say I didn't know at first. I was like, is she this nice? Or I was just like, then I'm like, I don't want to be
always
one
say
of these
that.
people looking for something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped.
Right.
And I really just got to know you, and you really are that sweet. You really are. You just a ball of light.
God, wait a minute.
Honestly,
I love
anybody
it.
who dislikes you is a hater. That's the.
That part.
You know how people be like, oh, I haven't. No, they don't be having no haters. They have self-hate that they create in their minds. And then it's people like you that are so happy. And it's an internal thing. When I met you, Rue, it was internal. Your happiness, it starts from inside and it bleeds out. That's what's the most beautiful about you. So just keep being you regardless of what happened, regardless of who try to tear you down. you remind me of me in a different way, if that make any sense.
That's
like
what
we
Najee
are
said. He was
very
like, y'all gonna
similar.
click. He was like, y'all remind me of each other. I love it.
Man, I already know
Yeah.
what you've been through just looking at you, and just
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Well, look at y'all now. Okay, you and Queen Bianca are doing your thing. That's it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I'm
You
receiving
know,
all this.
I mean, you seem like you got this thing life kind of figured out a little bit.
Yeah, it took me a minute, but I you know.
Well,
it did.
everybody has their time and their
Right.
stage to figure it out.
Right.
You know,
sure.
some sooner than others. You know, but I met her son too.
Oh.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, he came.
How old is your son?
He came up to
15.
He
Oh,
came up.
wow.
He came up to DC. I was like, man, you treat your mother well. He's like, I try.
You know, women, we heard the please y'all,
Right.
but just push through, because at the end of the day, a happy wife or a happy woman is a happy
Pretty
life.
much. And shout out to all the mothers as well. I know we just had
Yes,
Mother's Day on
happy
Sunday, so
Mother's Day.
happy belated Mother's Day to you. I think I said it on that day.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day to Bianca in the bag.
Damn
Tammy.
Okay.
So shout out to all the mothers, the umis, the mommies,
Yes.
everything. We love y'all and just keep doing what y'all doing.
Right.
Special shout out to my mom. I wanted to make sure I shouted her out today. She had surgery today, so
Yes,
definitely if everybody
prayers.
can just keep her in your prayers. She's good.
Definitely.
She's home recovering and everything,
Right.
but shout out to my mom because I'm nothing without her, like
Right.
for sure.
Shut up.
And
Mom.
I will do
Yeah.
that at the same time, right after her, to follow through first up.
Yeah.
Prayers for her mother, y'all.
Thank you.
Prayer, I'm telling you, that healing come quick when it happen in numbers. So let's pray for Rue mother.
For sure.
Let's pray for the world right now, okay?
I love it.
Shout out to my mom, my kids, Ron G
Aw.
Productions. I want to give a special shout out to my partner Ron G, and also my
What's
fiance.
up, Najee?
Yes,
What's
y'all.
up, Beyonce?
Yes.
I was kind of mad Beyonce wasn't here. He's so good. Like,
Yo, he just be chilling, don't he, y'all? Like,
he just be chilling. He be there behind the cameras. Like, he's the dopest guy.
And him and my baby back there is the same sign,
Aw.
y'all. Like, my daughter Talia here with me, y'all. She also a brand, and she's one of our plus size models,
What's
as well
up,
as I'm
what up?
one. So, shout out to the thick
Shout out to
women.
Street Corner for representing. We
Yes.
talked about it earlier, but the curves, like, yeah. I love it.
Gotta have it,
I love
y'all.
It's
We
like-
gotta have everybody.
It's exciting times. You know, well, two things. We're going to pull back a little bit because we really have been doing a lot of stuff nonstop, travel-wise, appearance-wise, and we got to kind of, sit down a minute.
Yes.
For
But-
sure.
But we do have some things coming up. June 7th, Dr. Shelley Shell.
Yes.
Her,
Shout out to Shelly Show, okay?
her launch as well as a Street Corner drop.
Got you.
And until you experience a Street Corner fashion photo shoot, I'll just say it's really a
Yeah,
special
you
day.
gotta.
I'm excited.
It's
I'm
a special
excited.
day.
You
I'm
do.
excited.
It's a
Yes,
special
y'all.
day.
And can I just say this? This is something that I also like about Najee. We are like-minded in how we treat people. We do not do any events without beverages, food, just whatever they need, makeup. I be having wigs in there, y'all, shoes. Like, listen, we ain't gonna need nothing.
Yes, we work a little bit. I'm not gonna, even say it's not that. We work, but then after work, it's fellowship, it's food, it's fun, it's people just enjoying one another. You know what I mean? And everybody, I can say, pretty much that's in the room, they deserve to be there.
Right,
And
for sure.
we had, I got to shout out Uncle Will and Aunt Vicky. I got to
Oh,
do
I
that.
love
Aunt
them.
Vicky.
Yeah, I got to
Yes,
do that.
I love them, y'all.
Shout out to everybody out.
Miss
I love
Vicky,
it.
she's a writer,
Okay.
and Uncle Will, he's got a studio down in his basement,
Okay.
so and he a beat maker, you know what I mean, and I can ask either one of those people for pretty much anything, and
Right,
just
so
on the
shout
strength
out
of
to
Street
them.
Corner and how we do, they with it, you know what I mean, so,
So, quick question: what made you get into fashion, to fashion design?
well, my godson,
Okay.
I have about 8 godchildren, and he was my oldest.
Mhm.
And the streets just kept calling his name. And I was in the street full time for a long time, so I knew what was waiting on him. And so he went to jail for about 18 months, and he came home, he had changed. He
Okay.
started being more aggressive towards his mom, to where I had to be more aggressive toward him, just to kind of calm him down with that. But I didn't know that he was taking these e-pills. I didn't know that. But so that kind of changed him. And then this fascination with guns. I used to be able to talk to him and he put them down, but he just got so immersed in that. And one night I was watching the news and they would say it was a shootout at Anacostia subway station, and he was the one that lost his life in that.
No.
So he has younger brothers, and I'm still their godfather, you know, and they're still in school. So I didn't want them to emulate their brother. So I said, well, let me, you know, do this. And it's with mixed results as far as they're concerned.
Okay.
My grandson, he's the one that this will probably all be left to because he shows so much interest. He's 8. He's eager to please. He knows every price of everything street corner. He knows more than me. I got to go to the site.
Shout out to Amari.
Shout out to grandson. What's his name, Amari?
Yeah. His nickname is Tinkwink, so that's my man.
Yo, shout out to Tinkwink, y'all. He do
Tinkwink.
designing, y'all. He design the colors. And I do want to take this to spin it in a positive light that when I came into street corner, the first thing that came to my head was there's a street corner everywhere in the world. And there are different type of people on that corner. It might be somebody on the corner going to work. It could be somebody on the corner just sitting there selling candy bars, whatever may have you. But it is a chance to change the perspective. It really is.
And the philosophy behind what she just said is that the fashion is for everybody, from the children, which if you know, you see my page, so you saw the little kids was doing their thing in New York, you know. So we got a junior line, we got a ladies line, we got the main line, and in coming months we probably have a mother and daughters line. So you know, it's just so many different lines under the one umbrella street corner, and it's ever evolving. You know what I mean? This jacket might be a different type of jacket, but with maybe different details on it the next time out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like I go into a little laboratory, and that's where I can just dream.
I love it.
You know, I sketch a lot. So after I sketch, then I compute an image. And then once I do that, get on a video chat with my man in Pakistan or Dubai. Yo, what we gonna do? And we might work through the whole night.
Right.
But then the design is done, and you know, the production is what it is.
And I love how you started as just you wanted to just be T-shirts, right? And then you just branched out.
Yeah, well, the T-shirts philosophy was basically this was just going to be for the family, just a tribute, just a one-time shot.
Right, that's crazy.
And I think I made 100 T-shirts.
Right.
And once I distributed to that side of the family, I still had about 50 T-shirts left, and there was something on DC Mall. So I gave it to one of my youngsters to take out there, and he sold them all, came back, and said, I need some more. And gave me all the money.
Wow.
So I have a brother in New York that has a clothing store. And he was like, yo, man, if you're going to reinvest, just go all the way or don't mess with it at all. So then that's when the hoodies came about. Then the sweatsuits. Then the short sets, then the bandanas, and then I started getting into the varsity jackets. And I had so much fun with that, and I'm so proud of that collection because it's about maybe 55 different variations of art, just varsity jacket.
Right.
So, you know, conceivably, I could do a whole fashion show with nothing but varsity jackets.
Right.
Conceivably.
Yeah, that's what we did the last one, right? It was just the jacket.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
we had
a
some.
couple suits.
But we
had a
only
couple
put
of
a
little
few
things.
other people in there, but for the most part, it was
Yeah, I
the
thought it was
varsity
mostly just the
jacket.
jackets.
So I'm real proud of that collection because it's been the evolution.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
It went from it being like one-toned it to it being two-toned it. To
And can
it
we
being,
speak on that real fast? Because a lot of people ask me certain things, and Najee posts a lot. He's the type, if you keep on looking, you will keep finding stuff. He do not post everything he have, and y'all, when I told y'all he has everything from fanny packs,
We ain't even got to the crocodile
book
yet.
bags.
I need
Yes,
to get to the
all that.
crocodile. Like,
on it, y'all, everything. Please look
well,
up, please.
the philosophy is and this is why I think a lot of people either don't understand or just don't grasp it. And my philosophy was to get a little bit of a whole lot of different stuff.
right.
So if I can get 10 of this, 10 of that, 15 of this, 20 of that, 20 of that, and then after 6 months you look up, you say, man, I got about $40,000 worth of stuff here. And then you go another 6, 7 months, that 40,000 turns into 100,000.
Yep.
So, if you go with that philosophy, I think people go with the philosophy that they got to get 100 of this and 100 of that. That'll break your back if you're just the average kind of guy, So if you go with the philosophy of, my budget was, when it first started, was like $800 a month. It's up to about $5,000 a month now, but that's because it's what it is.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to have so much stuff that you get lost. You'd be like, man, I had to come back tomorrow and check the rest of the stuff out.
Right.
Right.
So, so bandanas, we're gonna, eventually get into sneakers and, some socks and, just everything.
Right.
I'm ready. And just make sure y'all remember y'all brand ambassador Ru. I mean, when y'all, when the sneaker line come out and everything.
That part, man, listen, you get one of everything.
I'm
one
saying,
of
one of everything. That's my favorite part. Matter of fact, as we on that topic, he actually brought me something today. I said I'm gonna open it live with y'all. So I got my street corner jacket. You feel me? I don't know how good y'all can see this, but thank you.
Oh, man.
So I got the belt. I'm just
Look at
saying.
that
Do
joint
y'all
right
see this? This the
that
colors
joint.
for me.
Look at that joint right
Yeah,
there.
I can't wait to rock this joint. And it's on the
Man.
sleeves too. It's the quality. Like, can y'all see I'm rocking my street corner? He got his street corner. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
man.
thank you. I appreciate this. I'm definitely about to rock this
Hey.
real quick. So what advice would y'all give for someone who wants to get into the entertainment industry or the fashion industry or whatever? Like, what advice would you give to someone that's kind of struggling where to start?
Well, I think, all right, so we'll first talk about the fashion part because that's going to be fast.
Mm-hmm.
When you are a fashion brand, the first couple of things you should do is first figure out what you want to represent.
Okay.
Because a lot of people start brands and they just kind of think about the logo, but it's really about who do you see in your clothes. It's just like music. It's like a tailor fit thing. Who are you trying to talk to when you're making music? You see what I'm saying? So I said all that to say, right? Sometimes just starting and having a booth, definitely write stuff out because people got out the era where they think they don't need to write stuff, but that's the proper way to manifest. You want to sit there and write it out. Look at it. Believe it. Breathe it. Like, you really got to believe in yourself, y'all. That is the key.
Yeah.
Your faith, I don't care if you're a Muslim or Christian, keep your faith with you with everything you do. And when you don't know what to do, really pray on it. Now, if y'all need real business advice, like how to structure your paperwork, how to license yourself, protect yourself, what is a media release form and all of that, there are people like me and others that can tell you that.
Right.
There's a whole gang of people. If you see someone as a consultant or anything that's like a A&R, any of those things, that mean that they know how to get your stuff too.
For sure.
So that means after you create it, it gotta go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I told people. If you got Najee, all he needed was vessels. He don't need help with the creation, and he don't need anyone to come in and try to overtake what he's doing.
Right.
If anything, all he needed was people to push him along, and that's what most people need: information and vessels.
Yeah. That's what's up. Thank you. That's what's up. All right. Okay. Did you want to just take a stab at it? What advice you got?
To take your time.
Okay.
If you take your time, you'll realize two things. When you finish, it was well worth it because you took your time.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if it's too easy, I mean, what is the worth with that? I mean, really, when you sit down, if you're any kind of a reflective type person, how could you say that you benefited from something that was easy? It's got to be hard. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When I say hard, you got to feel it. If you don't feel it, it ain't you.
For sure.
Yeah, most people don't feel things. So I do want to say this, that what he's talking about, a lot of people don't feel nowadays because most people look for the hope versus being it. So that's why I told him when you are the hope, most people are not going to see things in your perception because your goal is to give.
Right.
And most people are takers, so that's what I was explaining to him. A taker, they don't have limits.
Mm-hmm.
They will keep on taking.
Keep on taking, as long as you're giving.
Yes, when you a giver, you gotta really create limitation. That's a big advice that I could give to anyone. Don't be me. Don't be that type of person that was working over 20 years and giving things that you didn't even know what it was. There's a lot of people that are directors, personal representatives, and a lot of stuff that they don't know that they are, because the people that are taking the things won't say, you're doing a job, and even if I can't pay you, this is a job that you're doing. So that when you go do it for other people, at least you know what you're doing or giving away.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so next question is, what do y'all have coming up? I know we got a lot. You kind of mentioned the thing on the 7th.
We also have July the 19th.
Okay.
The DMV,
What's that? DMV?
that's the DMV Community Awards Fashion Show Gala. Shout out to, what his name, Tahi,
Tahi.
Dr. Tahi
Shout out
Burks.
to Tahi.
Yes.
All right, I like it.
Dr. Burke. He's
And shout out to John Blasting Game, okay? Because he's
Yeah.
one of the people that's going to be in attendance.
Okay.
It was over.
It was a lot of
Dr.
models.
Tahi gave us a list of 236 models, y'all.
Yes, he did.
And he also loved Najee so much, y'all, that he said these models aren't just for this show. They're for period.
Yeah,
So when I tell y'all God been working, when
Yes.
even Xavier, most people don't know that was a part of that show, that me and Ron G called me into that Baltimore show.
Okay.
And let's just say that the ticket sales were almost non-existent. When they brought us in, we got right
Go
to
ahead,
it.
talk your shit, sis.
Okay.
Let them know.
And I do want to say that because a lot of people, because I'm so humble, y'all, a lot of people, if you notice, I didn't walk around there like, oh, these people here because of me.
Exactly.
But I one by one sent, he sent me a list of 100 people. That was all people from out the DMV, that's businesses, big people,
Right.
designers. And he had me just sending them the promo, sending them everything. And then I went and did it on Instagram. When I tell you that, I almost fell out because I'm not from Baltimore, y'all. So I was like, oh, I was praying. I said, God, please don't let it be two people in there when I'm up
No, it was definitely a packed house, for sure.
Yo.
Yeah.
And when I tell y'all, if anybody, because I saw John Blasting Game, y'all, this is recent because Yada Bear was supposed to be doing a fashion show.
Okay.
And it was a church that was doing it. Now, let's just say they had to cancel the whole show and they want to, make it later because of the ticket sales. So let's just say, y'all, anyone that is listening, it take a village. And if y'all have problems in that area, seek me out. I am DAFOXX and the number 2 on Instagram. I don't care. We only had, what, a month, Najee?
Yeah,
We had something like a month. We wasn't there for the
To fill that
castings,
house.
none of that.
Right.
And all I knew is shout out to Xavier. He's going through, he needs some prayer. I'm not going to say what he's going
Shout out
through.
Xavier.
Yes, y'all,
Xavier
but
first.
that was a moral decision for me, as well as Imani. Shout out to her because that's who fashion showed that it was, right? And she's a 17-year-old young lady. Her prom was a week before that show.
Oh, that's what's
So I said all that to say, y'all, when I say you, all the models, y'all made that an incredible show.
up.
And for me, out Baltimore, listen, I'm not from here, y'all, so you know I'm excited.
I got to shout out Mr. Carlisle.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Carlisle.
He's invited us to New York Fashion Week.
That's
September the
okay.
what? 19th or the 13th?
The
Right, that's my
13th.
birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And I'm
My
a-
birthday the 15th.
And I'm originally, I'm a native New Yorker, so
Yeah.
this is going to be like a little homecoming for
New
me.
York
So
Fashion
to have,
Week.
so to have that side of the family, in the crowd while we ripping the runway and them seeing Street Corner in the flesh for the first time.
Right, that's
It'll
gonna
be
be
a ha-
dope.
It's
And
gonna be a
then
happy
Ru
time.
gonna be
I'm
walking,
saying, and it's my birthday
And
weekend,
her
so y'all better
birthday
come out.
weekend,
I'm just
y'all better come
saying.
out. Support Ru, y'all.
I'm here for
She
it.
is, and I know y'all, she don't need me to promote her, y'all. But
That's like, you over here about to make me cry.
she
You know
an
what I'm saying?
actress, a model, a rapper, a poet,
Sure,
and her
so good.
poetry, y'all, will make your edges stand up, okay?
Real quick.
If your edges is going, they gonna grow back by the time y'all done.
Jamie has a bit of
Damn it,
news.
G, I love you so much.
She got a bit of news that is tentative right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's going to happen.
Okay,
You
that's what's
wanna
up.
share the
Definitely
store
prayers
situation?
up.
Oh, honestly, y'all, just yesterday I went to go see a store, so shout out to Yada Bear,
Okay.
okay, and shout out to his party. See, I'm a wait till we cut that
Right, I'm
tape
about to say,
again,
let's wait a
so I
second,
say
yeah.
who the owner is.
Mhm.
But all I'm going to say is shout out to everybody, 5-star images, and everyone that will
That's
be
dope.
in the store. But Street Corner is working on store placement,
Mhm.
and I actually was going for over Europe first.
Okay.
And like in Germany and stuff like
Right,
that.
yeah.
So that's still my play of, I feel like and this is a tip for any brand. Work on getting your stuff overseas first if you're from America, because then it will be easy for you to get your stuff in Nordstrom. I don't care what store you want to get your stuff in. The moment that you get it overseas, just like if they get their stuff in America before out there, that expands your brand faster, and you could from that point say that you're international.
Yeah, we aiming at some boutiques in Germany.
I love it.
You know, and Ron G's girlfriend is from Ghana.
Okay, shout out Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Africa.
Alice.
I love it.
I love Alice, y'all.
Aw.
You
Yeah, she's
actually
nice
want to
lady.
meet her.
Yeah,
She's
very
in
nice.
school right now to be a chef and all that.
Yeah.
And you know, and I do want to say this because a lot of people frown upon working with people overseas because the first thing they come to their head is they a scammer. No, it's a way to check out and see if someone is legitimate.
Right.
Even this young lady, I usually don't say stuff like this on air when I do charity, but I'm one of her sponsors for her to go to school. Our money is so much more over there. So while we sit here and just waste money, when I got extra money, I'd be like, Ron G, send us to Alice so she could pay her school fees. And you could give $25 to someone in Ghana.
That's a lot.
That's like $500, $600 or something for them. And her schooling was only $1,000 and something. So stuff that, you know, we take for granted over here, working with other people give me a chance to actually humble myself. Like, we really got it way better than we think. Our dollar means so much more a lot of places that, you know, you send them $10 and they be so happy, and it's not because they don't have appreciation. And honestly, that's why we love you so much, bro. We run into a lot of people, but it's nothing like when someone appreciates you.
I mean, they genuine too. Like, you can tell who's genuine and who's
I
not.
gotta shout out my man World War Polo.
Yes, shout out to Polo.
Movie director, DC.
Oh, Rory.
And
Paul.
his latest movie, The New Balance Boys.
Hey.
Okay.
Street Corner was in that movie as far as at the very end.
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we gotta shout out my man Paul from
Space Table.
Black Sajak.
Black Sajak.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man. You know what I mean? So he's actually he's our number one right now. He's our number one male ambassador.
Okay.
He looks so good in the episodes that he has Street Corner on. I mean, I told him just yesterday, you make me so proud, bro.
He
so
do.
He definitely be repping that Street Corner hard. I love it.
Yes.
He's a coordinator, y'all. He a Cancer, y'all. And I knew it. I was like, once he told me, I said, what's your sign? He said, I said, up. And I already knew me and him is the same sign, y'all. Even when I look at the way that he carries himself, it makes a lot of sense. So shout out to Black, because he just is a good person. It's not a lot of y'all that are that good of people.
Right.
So let's just say everyone is great. But then it's those people that you meet that you be like, I don't care where this brand go, they going. And that's just it.
Especially in the entertainment industry, you gotta weave your way through to see who real, who not. It's very tough.
With Paul, you know, when we met, you know, his show was pretty popular. So of course he had so many brands coming at him.
Right, for sure.
And he was like, man, your brand is what I like. Now, I'll wear other brands here and there.
Right.
But everybody on the sets knows that it's Street Corner in me. And like I said, he just really, you know, coordinates everything so well, and it just looks so good in it. I you know, that's my man.
I love it. Yeah, I just did a run the other week with Street Corner on. I was like, when I tell y'all I rock Street Corner all the time, and I'm going to post it, and I'm going to talk about y'all, like, it's the brand for me.
I feel so proud when I see anyone in Street Corner, but especially the people that I consider family.
Right.
And
he'd be so happy, bro. Like, he just, like, you are refreshing, especially all while we going through certain stuff. Like, you came around right at a time for me that I was putting a guard up with females. So let's just say that
we had some conversations about you. Yes, we did.
Right? That it don't matter what people do, I can let it go. Everyone is not the same. And that's the tip right there. It's so many people that go on radio, that go on public platforms and just talk like the world is against them. You have to change your frequency. Open your eyes to realize who you're not supposed to be around and stuff. And I know at this point, my discernment, y'all, my discernment, I can tell.
My third eye be strong.
Yes,
as a
all I
mother.
gotta do
Like,
is just
You know,
sit there and
I
I'll
can
be
look
like,
right at
nope.
You know, from a man's perspective, again, I think my grandmother had the foresight that I needed protection in that way.
Right.
And
I'm security. That's why I got this ring on. That's why I love
Right.
this
She
ring.
don't play.
nah, but she handles those type things and she's used to doing it. Whereas me, I'm more simple and cut and dry. Either we got a deal or we don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if we don't, then I'm out.
You want to know what tip I got online for the men? So this for the men.
Okay.
We gonna get a minute tip because they always so used to us just hoping to lead. Look, this for the men. Stop being friendly.
Elaborate on that.
And what I mean by that is, every woman doesn't have a good heart. So whenever women come around, the first thing I'm doing is seeing what their intentions is.
Right, for sure.
Because intentions are important. And we could direct that to women too, but we talking about the men right now. We are in an era right now where there are upstanding queens, and then it's going to be women that just want you for OnlyFans or something like that.
Yep.
And it's models that are gorgeous. You drop dead Naomi Campbell gorgeous, but they don't know that about themselves yet, and they think it's easier to do it a different way. So I tell men, even when it comes to being too touchy or any of that around women, don't do it. Don't even let women just take pictures with you. Because then say if you a brand and 10 years later and your brand blow up and they got that picture where your arm was around them, and then they could be like, oh, I didn't like the way his arm was on me.
Yes, real quick. It's
when
a
I
whole
tell
charge.
y'all, yes, even though I'm a woman and I have a daughter and all of that, I work with a lot of men, and a lot of them is just too friendly, y'all. They don't understand that that's all you gotta be nowadays. And if you notice, I don't. You and only 3 men do I hug. I don't hug men. I shake their hands. None of that, because say me. See, you don't got this going on.
I don't. Mine
got
went away when I
some,
lost
like-
weight.
But they man, these joints, y'all, I can't be just hugging people. And my dude, so he said, yo, you know you got a big chest, right? He said, can you stop hugging people?
Right. 'Cause they definitely come in first before your hands even come around. They right
because
there.
it's like, and while some people is innocent, some people will hug you and automatically lust for you or think that you like them.
Yeah.
So honestly, that was hard for me. I told you that. Because I was raised in church where that's literally I just hug everybody.
Right.
And that's why I was telling him, I understand even how my rule is, right? Where I was like, she's like that, like she will hug. And I'm scared to do that now. You know that?
I was raised, Islamically. And, we were taught as men, the only people we're supposed to hug is family members. Otherwise, we're not even supposed to shake a woman's hand. If you just run
Now
your
that
truth.
is true. Can y'all enlighten me, right? Because one thing, I have Muslim sisters, right? But everybody move different sometimes.
We definitely do. It's levels to Muslims.
Right.
Yeah. Bianca's Muslim too. So yeah.
So
it's
when you
levels to it. It's
hug,
levels to
right?
us.
This is my question to y'all that y'all can make it to clear for me, right? What is not permissible for a woman in business?
So it depends. So for me, I don't really want to speak on it because I'm a free Muslim.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that means
so I'm
that
a whole
you
lesbian. I do my own thing. I am
And that don't
lesbian,
even-
very
you know,
free-spirited
yes.
Muslim. So for me, my rules are totally different than as he was saying, what we were taught. But growing up, I am a PK. So my dad is what's called the imam. So like I'm a preacher's kid for the most part. So yeah, I grew up knowing you don't touch people. That's not family. You don't do this and all of that. It was a lot of strict rules, and let's just say it messed with my mental. Let's be true with Ru. So the older I got, the more I became a more what I like to call free-spirited Muslim. So yeah, I don't follow the strict rules. I still believe in Allah and God and everything like that, but I practice religion totally different than what I was brought up to practice. I still read the Quran and everything.
Smile.
Yeah, I'm a spiritual Muslim, and I'll say that real quick. So yeah, Ru hug everybody, touch everybody. Yeah.
I do believe just what you said, and I like different perceptions because I don't think any book can tell us all the way how to be. I think it's to guide us through our decisions.
Very true. You know how long ago those books were written? It's like how much they could have been changed and flipped and flopped.
And
so
a
that's
lot
why
of
I'm
them
like,
was, or just anybody that study a lot, we know that a lot of the information is in the Vatican and stuff, so unless they're going to open that door, there's a lot of stuff we don't know.
I discovered God for myself, like not
Right,
for
it's
what my
internal.
parents put on me. I was like, the older I got, the more I was just like, I want to discover God for myself. And once I did that, that's when my life became the best. And God's like, I love you. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you like. I love you.
Dude, can I say this too? That people try to say, I want to tell y'all before, in every book and in every nationality, when I did my research further back, even the hieroglyphs, you can find hieroglyphs of gay relationships. So I tell people, don't believe everything you read because it was done for before even since we can remember.
Before.
And to me, I don't feel like it's about just your preference. I believe it's about your character and your intentions.
No, for me, that was another thing that kind of impressed me about you. Because we Muslims, so we really know. And the fact that you were courageous and showed courage, for me, that was real, just a major thing. Because a lot less people wouldn't have done what you did.
Right.
You understand that?
They scared to be themselves.
They scared to be themselves. I was one of those people. I
Right.
wasn't myself until after my divorce, and it was like I never even liked men. I just did it because it was what was politically correct. But it's like once I became myself and started to live for myself and discover Allah on my own, it was just like, wow, okay. So no, I appreciate
God
that.
is an inside job, y'all. Exactly what she. I love this. That to me meant a lot to me because I like to hear different people's perspectives, and I go through a lot with just. Even when I want to stand up for myself, sometimes where I do, people will make you feel like you're wrong or, oh, if you love God, why are you? And I tell people, don't try to patronize me because I have like morals or standards for what I will allow. And I learned that sometimes people try to use not only religion, but their love for you to manipulate you. So it's very important we go inside ourselves and find what makes sense to us. All of the biblical books, like I said, the same story with different names in a different part in the world. That's literally how I feel.
We got to shout out while I have it on my brain and I don't forget.
Go ahead.
We got to shout out my man, Front Page Nate.
Oh, Front Page Nate, thank you.
Okay, what's up,
He
Front
brought
Page?
me all the way, y'all, from Philly to Baltimore today.
What's up?
Okay. Shout out to just
I love
everyone that has anything to do with Street Corner, with Najee, with you, my children, my growth as an individual. I pray. You know how you said you prayed for people? I prayed for y'all.
It was like, we prayed for you.
I did.
Yeah, I love it.
I told her that we prayed. We had so many people who take advantage, or even me. I've sat there and watched people do wrong by him when he was the most hurt that he's ever been around anyone. And all I could think was just, let me just continue to call.
Right.
Even if you got one person, it don't matter how many people not there for you. And I'm not saying that he only got me. What I'm saying is, even right now, how you going through something today and how we came through, it don't matter. Even if it's just 2 people for that day, and then you go back home to your solitude, either way of how you seek your peace, man, treasure the people that love y'all, please.
Well, we do hope
take it
that
for granted.
we brought, a few moments of sunshine to your day.
Y'all were, definitely, yeah. Like I said, I called Bianca today. Like, I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Like, it's just a lot. Like, my mom had surgery, and she was like, I got you. Like, whatever you need. So, yeah, I love it. And just her, like, we've known each other since, she was 11. I was, like, a couple years younger. Like, we've known each other for a long time, but we just got close within the past, 3 years. And it's like, God sent her. She has a wife as well, Muslim. And God sent her, like, when I first came out and just, like, sent her as, like, my shield. Like, when I tell you she protected me like no other. Shout out to my Bianca, boo. Like,
yo, shout out to
I love her. So Allah is going to send you who you need every time. And Allah finally sent me people who want me to be a brand ambassador and don't want me to pay them. And I was like, wait, like when I
honestly, I'm just shocked by even them wanting you to like pay for clothes. Like I said, if I put somebody in position and he see what I will do, I will try to create something I think is fair that makes sense where it can include them on an investment level. Because I tell people it's different forms of a brand ambassador.
Right.
And also you can get paid to do it or get it to where it be every time something is made. You get something no matter what's sent to you. Right? Now, what I will do, I offer, let's say you and one other girl something. You're the only one who I'm still willing to do that with. And let's just say it's going to happen where stuff pays for itself. Because see, the good thing about Najee, say if you sell a jacket, he will literally give you half that money right then and there. So what that is your residual income. So that's what we're going to talk about now on the show.
That works. I'm about to say, we'll talk about that later.
Actually, it's set up to where, you know, it only takes half to make another. So if the coat is $200, and as long as I get $100, then that's enough coat.
Right. There we go.
So I'm not making any money, but I am making money. But you have to really pay attention to the science that just was said to understand.
Okay.
I mean, everything has different prices, right? Depending on what it is, what piece of merch. But the moral of the story is when you work with people, it's a lot of people that have people do brand ambassador work that is no money involved in.
Right.
But this is a program where literally people can make money off of it. And that's what I want the majority of people to do, because what's the point of doing things if it doesn't lead to something?
Right.
That's what I don't care if you're a model, rapper, actor. What is the point of doing stuff if nobody see it or if you don't gain anything?
So she's basically saying, as an example, the suit you have on now costs $110. If you was to call Jamie and say you need that suit, somebody wants to buy it, it's $110, but you would send her half of $110.
Right.
Now, the other half, we give people, and this is really where we understand, sometimes we overstand. That half, you could either invest in Street Corner, which if you're part of Street Corner, you're investing in yourself, or you could take that and do whatever you want. But then I would be looking at you like, well, she's down, but she's only down so far. And I'm just using you as an example. This is just
a general.
Exactly. So that's kind of how I judge things, you know what I mean? If we launch a brand for somebody, you know, you have to be willing to invest in yourself.
Or at least put the effort in it for it to make its own money to pay for it. So and that's what I told people. It's not always about having money. Most of the things I've done as a mother since 15 was not because I had a bunch of money. I had to put my thinking cap on a lot. And also being kind. Exactly how you are. I would give to you more than I would give to 80% of the people that I met because you're kind.
Oh, thank you.
It don't matter how much money people got if when they get it, they be nasty to people, don't know how to talk to people, and a lot of other things. Standing up for yourself is necessary. Outside of that, is no reason to be like hostile or in a bad mood or something, like waking up angry or nothing like that.
I had their moments, but for the most part, just be kind. It's like you never know what people are going through. Like as soon as they came in, I mentioned about my mom, and they just poured love into me. And I'm like, whereas somebody else, I'm like, all right, let's get the show going. They were like, no, like we care for you. So
honestly, if somebody just do that, I would kick them up.
Right.
I'm not going to lie to you.
The
show is canceled.
Right.
No,
you would be surprised.
Would you not cancel the show? You tell somebody something.
You should be kind and love hard.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't know what everybody's going through, so just be kind, be nice, be gentle. Because I always feel like my mom always told me, like, well, the energy you pour out is what you get back. So it's like if I'm pouring out nothing but hatred, but this and negativity, that's what God's going to give me back.
And I told y'all, I've had my share of that since I met. And Najee, see, I'm a peaceful person, y'all. When I tell y'all people be trying to disturb my spirit, so much to the point that even a few times I walked away. And I don't let nobody make me quit, y'all. So let's just say, no, I don't. Not even the devil can make me quit, y'all. Because I have a purpose. As well as I understand I'm a vessel.
Right.
If I stop, then everybody that was moving through me stop. It can't happen.
We were all put on this earth for a purpose. It's like you got to walk in your purpose, share your gifts with the world.
Yeah, I think we all have gifts. And when you tap into whatever you define as your gift, if you could share it with the world, whether it's teaching, whether it's art, whether it's fashion, whatever it is, if you share that, I mean, that's the best feeling in the world.
It is.
You know what I mean? And again, when I see from infants to OGs wearing my stuff, man, it hit me right here.
Aw.
I don't always show it because, you know, I got to
Right.
have the facade I got to have, but
Tough
basically,
man.
basically though, you know, it really means
That's
that,
dope.
you know, my work is not in vain.
Mhm.
You know, any artist, that's the one thing that they want. The recognition, you know, it's fine,
Mhm.
but it's not something I'm personally seeking.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't, you know, media, I'm not really about that, you know, that's more Jamie and the models and people like that there. You know, it's like, I'll push y'all out there to do that. Well, I'm behind the scenes. I just like being in the lab and just creating stuff. Now, I will say about the page, when she said that I post a lot, I like to send people through the process.
Mhm.
So that's why it be like on the machines, you know, from them cutting things, to let them know that, hey, while this may look good, it's nothing easy about this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you understand the process, then you know what it is you're actually buying,
Mhm.
and it may be a better fit for you, you know?
And I do want to say, y'all, that's something special about Street Corner. Everything is made from scratch. There are a lot of brands that, like I said, they will, no shade, they'll get a box of stuff, get the stuff pressed up, all that. And we also, now in the new store, we're going to have access to all of that. But Street Corner Fashions, the thing that make it special, y'all, is everything is tailored. Even the t-shirts is fully sewn up.
I love it. I love it. Now, normally I shout out Street Corner Fashion, but since they here, you know, I'm just saying. So shout out still to Street Corner Fashion, my sponsors. I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But I do want to shout out Street Corner. I want to shout out Bianca Studio. We shouted her out several times as well to my 2 sponsors.
Definitely.
And this is also proof. If you want to be a sponsor, I told y'all sponsors get to come on the show. I mean, y'all would have came on anyway as a family, but still, sponsors come on the show for an episode as well. So definitely, if you're looking to sponsor Be Tru With Ru, holla at me. We are looking for more sponsors as well. And my last question, this was dope. Like, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. But my last question, I always like to wrap it up with asking my guests, if you could write a letter to your younger self, what would it say? And that's for either one.
Go ahead first.
Well, for me, being a New York kid, it would have to be, you know, slow down and take my time. You know, I did things. I come from a large family, and when my mom said, you know, being one of the young ones, that, you know, dinner was on the table, move slow and see what happened. See what happened.
Right.
So I took that into adulthood, and it served me well in some areas, but some areas it didn't. So, you know, taking your time and, you know, using your brain, you know, generally you can figure it out if you really sit down and think about what you're doing.
Okay.
You know, and impulse is good sometimes. Spontaneity is good sometimes. But I'd rather just, you know, just sit and think, because it means more once that comes into fruition and its completion. It's just like when I finish a drop, you know, from the beginning of the sketch to the packaging.
Okay.
I'm like, wow, I did that joint.
Right.
What's up? Okay. I love it. All right. Miss
Y'all, the
Jeannie.
message to myself will first be, don't let anybody discourage you, because when you have a light, keep in mind entities, negative energies, low frequencies, whatever y'all want to call them, jumps in and out of people. And it could be the people that you love. So it'll be somebody you love telling you, you ain't going to be nothing. And all of those is a curse. So real short lesson, it's a difference between cursing and profanity. You can curse without no profanity. So let's give y'all a quick example. You won't ever be anything without me. Yes, you will. And how you break that curse right then and there, as soon as they say, you say, oh, yes, I'll bet you I will. That's what you got to say. I'll bet you I will. So my tip to my younger self, because I was very sensitive when I was young, and instead of me biting back, I would go cry, or I would let it sit in my head. Let things go, pray on it. When someone make you feel low about yourself and you don't deserve that, pray all of that away. That is pure wickedness. Teachers do it. It's a lot of different, and I'm not saying all teachers. What I'm saying is a wicked person in position is dangerous. I remember as a kid in school, and a teacher told me I was never going to be nothing. And it wasn't because of my academics or nothing. They just wanted to break my spirit.
Damn.
You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't do this, so I have to.
Mm-hmm.
The one person, you remember how the Jackson 5, Diana Ross got the recognition for introducing the Jackson 5 to the world?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Miss Angela out of D.C., she has a magazine called Jack Magazine.
Okay.
She introduced Street Corner to the world.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Yo Jack
Shout out,
Magazine,
Jack.
y'all. And she
Okay.
also is one of the sponsors, y'all, for the DMV Gala.
That's
So
what's up.
she is a great woman too. Like, shout out to her.
Yeah.
And I want to again, y'all, real fast. I know. Let me do this real
No,
quick.
you good, you good, you good.
Ron G Productions, okay? On Top of the World, INC, Yada Bear, Wonder Butter,
Shout out
Master,
Sons too.
Yes,
You said them
Sun
earlier, but what's
Sun,
their name?
Najee, okay? Because Najee is the head model coach for Street Corner Fashions, okay? So, you know, just shout out to everyone that is a part of our dream, the journey, and protecting my bro, because he needed that. He needed a you, bro.
Mhm.
He did.
I needed a
And
him.
I don't make many
That's what's up.
promises, but I can tell you that a lot more fashions. I got a lot more in me.
That's what's up.
So, you know,
Yeah.
just keep
You
looking.
got a
I
gift
will
coming
say,
on the
I love it.
16th,
Najee?
too, you know.
That's what's
We got something for Rue, you know.
Hey, I'm ready.
Stay tuned.
love it.
Oh, that's not the 16th. That's June the 7th.
Yeah.
Mhm.
June the 7th, we got something for you
Oh,
too.
boy.
So we can't wait,
I'm
y'all.
here.
And that's big.
Let's do it. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Street Corner. Y'all came from DC, from Philly. Like I said, we got, people come from out of town to be on Beach with us. I love it.
Man,
I
this
love it.
this getting ready to be
Thank
one of
y'all.
them top shows where everybody be
just
knocking the
saying.
doors
Look
down,
Look at
man.
the bro.
What
First
I
of
tell
all,
you?
look at
You
this,
understand?
y'all.
I have guests for the next 3 years. Like, people are busting my door down.
Man, this is inviting,
Yeah.
enchanting,
I
and,
love it.
and just really a cool vibe.
Bianca
down here, man.
Studio.
yeah.
Yes, y'all. Bianca Studio is beautiful,
It's a
y'all.
vibe.
It's a vibe. Rue is a vibe. Listen, that is a wrap. I don't have nothing else to say,
Hey,
but
we
thank
did
y'all.
that. I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
So thank you. So we'll be back. Thank you again to Najee, the CEO, and Jamie Dafoxx. I love that name. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back in 2 weeks with Tony Drycon. And yeah, I love y'all. See y'all
Hey.
later.
Peace.
Bye.